This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for June 1, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, police probe double murder in Roehampton, St. James. Officers attached to the Major Investigation Division have commenced the probe into the shooting deaths of two men at a house in Roehampton, St. James on Wednesday night. The victims have been identified as 20-year-old Tavardo Man and 23-year-old Linston Anderson, both of a Roehampton address. The police say about 11:30 p.m., the men were at home when heavily armed men forced their way inside the house and opened fire, hitting them multiple times. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Doman and Anderson were discovered suffering from gunshot wounds. They were rushed to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. This is the third person to be murdered in the Roehampton community since the start of the week. Serial rapist Davian Brand is sentenced to 23 years. Davian Brand, the serial rapist who abducted 3 girls in St. Thomas last year, was sentenced to 23 years imprisonment in the St. Thomas Parish Court on Wednesday. Brand had pleaded guilty to 12 counts of rape, grievous sexual assault, and a forcible abduction in the court last Thursday. The charges comprised 5 counts of rape, 3 counts of forcible abduction, 3 counts indecent assault, and 1 count grievous sexual assault. He was sentenced to a minimum of 8 years and a maximum of 23 years on all 12 counts. The parish judge ordered that he should serve 16 years before being eligible for parole. An order was issued for his name to be entered into the sex offender register. Last October, Brian reportedly abducted a 9-year-old girl at a knife point in Bath, St. Thomas. Days later, he abducted a 13-year-old girl said to be from the same community. A third girl was also abducted. The children were later found unharmed following a manhunt. Brian, who was held in Portland in March in relation to the abduction and rape of a woman in that parish, was charged by the St. Thomas police in April. Woman charged in bar fight wants others prosecuted. A woman accused of stabbing another with a pair of scissors during a bar fight believes that other individuals involved in the brawl should be held accountable and brought to justice. Antoinette Weatherburn, who is charged with unlawful wounding, appeared in the St. James Parish Court for the second time on Wednesday. During her first court hearing on May 17, the case was temporarily adjourned to allow for mediation. However, an agreement could not be reached, as the complainant insisted on receiving $53,500 to cover medical expenses and the lost income. During Wednesday's sitting, Wedderburn voiced her dissatisfaction regarding the injuries she claimed to have sustained. She stated that despite reporting the matter to the authorities, those responsible had not been charged. She and her friend attacked me, and I was only defending myself. Although the police have not arrested them, so it appears like I am the only one in it. They were supposed to get arrested too, Your Honor, Wedderburn argued. The accused woman stated that she initially provided a report to the authorities and later attempted to give a formal statement but was unsuccessful. She added that despite making 3 calls to the officer, she was never able to speak to him. The judge then instructed her to go to the court's office and get a letter to take to the police. The matter was subsequently set for mention on June 21, and Wedderburn's bail was extended. According to court documents, on April 8, the complainant, a bartender at the establishment, intervened in a fight between Wedderburn and another patron at the bar to try to quell the disturbance. However, Wedderburn persisted and ended up stabbing the complainant in the arm with a pair of scissors when asked to leave. Arson suspected in fire at the Lindsay market. Arson is suspected to be the cause of an early morning fire which destroyed at least 20 stalls at the Lindsay market in St. Catherine. According to the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the blaze started about 4:20 a.m. Counsel for the Lindsay Division, Herbert Garriquez, believes the fire was deliberately set.
My suspicion is that somebody actually set the fire because there's another section in the market, at the front of the market, exactly, where you could see where plastics were set afire. And luckily, somebody who was upstairs in the market saw it and threw water. and got it out. Obviously, this section is kind of more condensed, so he was not able to do this, but thank God the fire brigade was quickly on spot, hence more persons have not lost their goods.
Vendors affected by the fire say they have lost thousands of dollars in goods.
Lose stock I sell, sir.
Yeah, so what am I doing?
Lose a whole heap. Everything I sell, I lose it.
About how much is estimated?
Around 100,000.
So what next for you?
I don't have no help to start now.
First, me I experience this.
And how do you feel it?
Well, me not even can tell you, because when me just hear me start crying. Then me have a little boy for graduate, July I come. I'm 12.
Missing Acting Deputy Commissioner of Corrections found dead. The news has been informed that the body of missing Acting Deputy Commissioner of Corrections, Reverend Orville Moore, has been found. Reverend Moore's body was found a short while ago in Spurtree, Manchester. The body was found beside the wreckage of his silver Toyota Fortuner motor vehicle. This was confirmed by Acting Assistant Commissioner Cleon Marsh, head of the Criminal Investigation Branch. He told the news that based on preliminary investigations, the police do not suspect foul play. Mr. Moore was reported missing on Monday, hours after he was seen leaving the home of his relatives off Malines Road in St. Andrew. Reverend Moore, who was the Chief Rehabilitation and Probation Aftercare Officer, was recently appointed Interim Deputy Commissioner following changes in the leadership of the Department of Correctional Services. Tufton and the NWA tour flood-prone areas in West Central St. Catherine. Member of Parliament for West Central St. Catherine, Dr. Christopher Tufton, led a team from the National Works Agency on a tour of flood-prone areas in the constituency on Wednesday. Among the low-lying areas affected by floodwaters are Bendon in Kissentown, Johns Road and the Fraser's Content. The news caught up with Dr. Tufton at a property in Bendon, where several houses for a family of 50 were flooded on Tuesday. Dr. Tufton said it is usual that during heavy rainfall, the houses are flooded as a drain close to the property is unable to manage the volume of water.
The drain which comes from the road through the property overflow, and many of the houses were flooded. It's been a problem for some time, and so I brought the NWA team here to do an assessment and hopefully to do a technical design to see what can be done to avoid this kind of flooding from taking place, because this happens quite a few times. We've been through several other areas in the constituency, the low-lying areas obviously. So just coming from Fraser's Content, Johns Road, where the flooding also, the rains also has left a lot of debris and water and a lot of road damage in a number of areas.
Josephine Gordon, a resident of Bendon, had this to say.
Because if them don't do something about this, we are going to flood and kids and everybody are going dead. We're tired of it now and enough is enough now. Clothes, everything, furniture, everything damaged. Chicken dead off, a lot of things. And me think things have to come together now and put measures in place.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.